This is Lara Henares making your day with part 8 of an article I wrote on Philippine history for those who have flunked the subject. Chapter: The Schism between the Catholics and the Aglipayans. The Philippines was governed by a theocracy, a Catholic hierarchy which governed the Spanish governors. The Cavite Mutiny in 1872 was in considerable part a Filipino religious rebellion in the pattern of the Reformation in Northern Europe. The execution of 3 Filipino priests, Burgos, Gomez, and Zamora, by the inhuman garrote was akin to the burning at the stake of Thomas Cranmer and Hugh Latimer in Great Britain, lighting a fire that never flickered out. Filipino priests bore arms in the army of Aguinaldo, and thus to the political and racial aspects of the conflict was added the somber note of a religious war. It resulted in a religious schism. The Philippine Independent Church was formed and numbered in the millions. It was in the precarious state at birth. Father Gregorio Aglipay was requested by the Catholic hierarchy to attempt to reconcile the Filipinos to Spanish rule. Instead, Aguinaldo converted him into being his military vicar general. Mabini himself forced the issue when Father Aglipay called upon the Filipino clergy to support the Filipino cause. He was excommunicated. He promptly excommunicated his excommunicator, Archbishop Bernardino Nosaleda. Father Aglipay called the Filipino clergy into an ecclesiastical assembly at Paniqui, Tarlac, and on October 23, 1899, a provisional constitution of the Philippine Independent Church was drawn. More about this after these. This is Lara Henares making your day with part 8 of Filipino history for those who had flunked the subject. Chapter: The Schism between the Catholics and the Aglipayans. Matters were in such poor shape, however, that Aglipay and some of the Filipino clergy took to the field to act as soldiers. The new church was in a position more precarious than the new government. On January 2, 1900, there arrived from New Orleans an apostolic delegate, Monsignor Placido Chapel. Upon arrival, he harshly declared that he would treat those opposed to the Spanish friars as enemies of religion. So far, so good. It was within established canon law. But when he declared that as an American, he would use force against the Filipino clergy to return the ousted Spanish friars to their domain, he was far off base, and the American government called him out. While not naming specifically the participants of this schism, the instructions of the Draft Commission settled the matter in short order. It declared that the separation between state and church to be real, entire, and absolute. Further, the Americans did their best to settle their religious property. William Howard Taft hauled his huge bulk to Rome in 1903 and purchased from the Vatican the ownership of 400,000 acres of extremely productive farmlands for $7,543,000, later transferred them to 60,000 peasant tenants. Further, from 1903 on, the Americans instituted surveying and registry of land titles. But eventually, by terms of the Paris Treaty, all church properties were seized from the Spaniards and then were returned to them. More about this tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Lara Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us till next time. Hasta la bye-bye.